Welcome, guys, to the live. Thank you so much for coming. If you guys are just coming from our other live, welcome back. I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. We finally can have our full 30 minutes. Hold up. Let me... Oh, no, that's not the wrong one. We finally can have our full 30 minutes with each other. I know that felt kind of rushed, and I'm so sorry if it did. Let's see. Let me just do that one. Yeah, I'm so sorry that it kind of felt rushed. But we had some good questions. We have some good questions from the other live stream. Okay, so the first one was, what strategies must I use to refrain true to my values and principles when I am challenged and tested? Let's see. Welcome. We have our full 30 minutes now. Let's see. Okay. So strategies. What strategies must I use to refrain true to my values and principles when I'm challenged or tested? So, principles or strategies. What strategies must I use to refrain true to my values and principles when I'm challenged or tested? When you say challenge, does that necessarily mean in a physical sense or a spiritual sense? Because there's two different type of ways that we can handle and discuss about this one. But the number one strategy for this one is to have a very positive outlook on how the situation will be turned out. So, for instance, say your car just broke down. You have a flat tire or you have an engine problem, right? That's a challenge for you, and you need to get to work in the same day. You need to go to work the same day. My best strategy, I would say, is not to dull on the moment of I need to do this, and this, or I'm not going to do this, or the struggles or the negativity. Let me rephrase that. Hold up. Best strategy is to have a positive outlook on how the day is. So if your tire just got a flat or you just can't make it into work as your challenge of a physical aspect, don't try to mope, I guess would be the point about it. Don't try to mope about it. Just be like, okay, I understand that my tire just got a flat or something's up with my car. First of all, I need to call my job first. Let them know, hey, such has happened. If they are wanting to or willing to, could they come pick me up? No time for self-pity. That's automatically, if it's a job physical challenge, if ask someone, hey, look, I'm willing to come to work, but someone has to come pick me up. Now, in a sense, if they can or if they can't, at least they know that you're dedicated enough to go to work, and that's a positive outlook on the situation, and that's a positive thing for them. They see your dedication and your hard work. They'd be like, oh wow, even though her car is broken down, she still want to come to work. She still want to work and push. She still has to drive, in another sense, right? Now, in a spiritual challenge, I've been tested a lot. I'm gonna be honest, and the strategy that I most use is faith. I know that's not a strategy in itself, but I know the most mainly thing is I rely on my faith. And each time something happens to me in particular, I know it doesn't help with everyone, but just for me on a spiritual level, I remember how Peter walked on water, how he believed that the situation would be okay. like that he would be able to be fine, that he wasn't doubting, he wasn't overthinking, he just did it. He followed blindly, right? Now, in the real world, I know us as humans that we can't really just follow things blindly. We can't just really walk on water as that such and stuff because we're humans, right? But if you do believe in God, or if you believe in an entity, yes. If you believe in God, or if you believe in a certain entity, or whatever you guys believe in, science or whatever, faith is what I would say compared to a spiritual sense. If you are being tested by another coworker who has a bad spirit, like Jesus would do, he said, turn the other cheek, because these people in the world, they want to get a reaction out of you just so they can feel and see that you're on their level. They want you to be right there with them instead of being a little bit over them or a little bit under them. They want you to be right there with them so they can feel like, oh, well, she's so hard but not impossible. Exactly. They'd be like, oh, well, so she's on the same level as I am, so now I can finally understand her. Like, a lot of people start problems spiritually. I'm going to say this in a spiritual sense. A lot of people start problems just so they can see you act out of character. A lot of people do. So my best point in given with that sense is to turn the other cheek. Tell your higher ups, if your higher ups are not doing nothing, be the better person and walk away. Walk away from the situation. Another physical challenge is that your body you physically just can't get up from depression or any of that sense. Another physical challenge. Us humans, we are really driven point, but when we don't have a drive, we're like, I don't know about this. I'm still testing the waters. I don't know about this. When we're in the I don't know stage about something, or when we're in a very vulnerable place and set of mind, anything negative in particular can damage the space and mindset that you particularly have, like depression, you say. Anything can creep in. Your thoughts, the way that you think about yourself, the way that other people perceive you, the way that you think that other people think about you, it all counters into your mindset. So I guess the most point that I'm going to make for about this topic in particular is that it's all about the mindset that you have physically and spiritually for you to be able to go get it, go still be there, still follow your values, still follow your morals, still be in your character, still be you, right? Also, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit yelling, but the speaker is engaging, so I kind of feel like I'm a little bit yelling. It's because I'm soft spoken, but yeah, this is still live. Yes. This is the live. This is the live that you guys are gonna go to. Yes, we have plenty of time for this one. But yes, that's my intake on the challenges and the strategies. Another good way is to read your Bible or whatever scripture works dragon today. What's the information for today? So basically, Nicole had asked a wonderful question. She had asked, I gotta go back to it because I forgot it that quick. What are the strategies that we can use in particular to remain true to your values and your principles when you're challenged or tested? And I had basically went on both aspects of spiritual testing and physical testing, and I came to the conclusion that the best strategy is it's about your mindset mainly, and that faith is a very good strategy for the spiritual testing. And for the physical testing, it's just more, like, again, I said, about your mindset. It's most mainly about how you're putting yourself into the situation, on how your brain is, how open you are, how you're going to continue. Like, are you going to self-pity yourself, or are you going to just pick up and go type deal? That's my intake about it so far. Anyone else's intake, you guys can definitely Yes, yes. They're both very, very extremely tough. That's a great topic. Yes, yes. Nicole is out here with the good topics, I swear. But I can definitely say I've been tested a lot. I've been tested a lot in my life. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally. I've been tested a lot. And I can say that turning the other cheek sometimes is really hard in another sense. And again, like I said, it's all about the mindset. It's all about how you are going to continue on with your day, and if you're going to allow this other, if you're going to allow this test or challenge to dull your light. I pray for patience. Almost 3 years. I learned. I prayed to be able to love. God gave me somebody. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Be careful what you pray for. God will give you. God will answer your prayers. I tell you, God will answer your prayers, and they will also answer. He would also answer the ones that you wish you didn't pray for later on in life because you chose the wrong person or this and this and that. That's other factors into it. But we just gotta thank God, thank whatever entity or whatever we believe in. I have to make sure I say that because I don't want no one to get offended. But yeah, we basically just gotta thank God and everything else that we believe in total, and just have to have faith on that we're gonna be okay, that we're gonna be okay, that we're gonna be fine, that whatever, even though that this had happened, that at the end of the day, we are going to be absolutely okay, fine. God got us. Whatever entity you believe in got you. And I do believe what happens in this physical starts in the spiritual. So staying armored up in spiritual might be rise. Yes, it is. Staying spiritually guarded. Yes, yes. Um Perfect example. My mother, my mother works with other people. She has her own business, but she works with other people as well. Um, this one time she was at her job in Percents, and this lady had proceeded to come up to her and said, very aggressively. Now, mind you, I also believe delivery is everything. So no matter, even if you have good intentions, I believe the way that you deliver it to another person, it can maybe feel like a test or a challenge to them. In a sense. Um, this person came up to very aggressively, was saying, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in God? La this, right? And my mother, she wears a hijab, garnet, which most people think is just for Muslim women, or in, yeah, just for Muslim women. So I'm not for sure if this lady had the most best intentions, but I do definitely am for sure that that was a test to my mother in particular. And my mother, she really didn't understand why the lady was being so aggressive on asking if she believed in God or not. And she basically turned the other way, turned the other cheek, and dealt with the person that was in charge of that person in particular, and was like, "Hey, what's the deal with this person? Why are they so aggressive?" Right? Mind you, yes, New York slang in particular, they do have this type of aggression with them, but we are not in New York. I'm gonna be honest, we are not in New York, and people that she encountered do not really come from that area as well, in particular. So, and like I'm telling you, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, so I definitely can say staying spiritually guarded. I know a lot of people don't believe. See, that's the thing. That person wanted my mother to act out a character. And when someone else wants you to do that, they want the gratification of other people seeing a different type of side of you, which is another test or a challenge for the person in question, right? And when you're in a professional way, you in professional zone or area, you are professional. You're not speaking as if you're at home in another sense, right? So my mother is not going to talk to this lady as if she was at home or if she just met this lady off on the street, right? She's going to deal with her professionally. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I can tell you. I've almost gotten into fights. I've almost gotten into fights over my mother in particular because some of these younger females that were whatever around my age felt like it was okay to disrespect my mother in front of me. I love my mother. I'm kidding. You're right. Those low vibes rise up. Yep, starving is the best way. People like that get even more mad when you love them through, and it's sad. Yes, it definitely is. Jesus, in particular, his whole message was, "I love thy enemy." So even though that they are the enemy in question, you're supposed to love them anyways. You're supposed to love them. You're supposed to treat them as a person because it's kind of sad, but people hurt other people. So if you think about it, that person got hurt by someone to want to hurt someone else. And I kind of hate that cycle in particular. I hate that cycle in particular. And I feel like for you not to hurt someone else, I personally think that you should help yourself and get on your own mental health and on your own mental caliber and be like, hey, I'm going to be mature enough to not act like a total bamboo fool and better myself. I'm gonna have a better attitude. I'm gonna have a better attitude. Oh, dude. Can very much show up, but we for real. The peaceful route, believe it or not, feels so rewarding too. Striving is the best. Yep. 100% agreed. I do agree with that. Now, I think we're going to close onto that topic because we're already 16 minutes in and get to the other question that Slim had asked earlier. And it was, how about resources for the homeless trying to get back into the workforce? Most homeless people can't look the part. So how do we combat that, right? Let's see. Everybody wants to feel important, heard, and so. Thanks for enlightening me with your wisdom. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Seriously. Everybody wants to feel important, heard, and understood. It all comes down to wanting to be loved. For real. Seriously. And I have very strong emotions about this. We're going to have to talk about this topic again when I do have more time to do like a 2-hour long live about this. We definitely got to come back to this topic in particular because I'm very, very knowledgeable about trauma bonding, and how it hurts people, how they want to feel loved, how they cling on to others just because they love a persona that the person make. I'm very knowledgeable about it, and that's something I'm very passionate about it as well. But yes, thank you so much for asking the question, at least, because I wouldn't have not thought about that at the moment, I swear. But yes. Oh yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like on the lives. I forgot to say that earlier. The next question will be about, let's see. How about the resources for homeless trying to get back into the workforce? Most homeless people can't look the part. You are absolutely right. Most homeless people do not look the part. You got pregnant homeless people. You have homeless women. You have children who are homeless. They're young. You have college kids who are homeless. You have so many age brackets of who are homeless. Some people who actually have friends and they stay at their house and they are homeless themselves. Even though they're staying at the house, there's always a time limit to that. In particular, I should let me pull up a Google document because I have it somewhere. Actually, I have this question somewhere. I actually have this somewhere. Hold up. In particular, let me sum it up a little bit. For women, I'm gonna be plain up honest with you. Women women and children have the most advantages in this type of situation of when it comes to homeless status. I don't know why. It's just how the world is, how the world came out to be so far, and how the resources are available. Women have a more of advantage than men do when it comes to like time, getting in a home faster, getting resources better. Don't know why, but that's a thing. Let me see if I can pull this document up. Is it on here? New states. Is this it? No, that's a different one. Okay, skip that. Okay, I'll show the links later, right before we end. I'll show all the links to the sites and all that. I have a meeting. I'll be back in just around. I definitely will still be around until 6 p.m. Central Time. Until 6 p.m. Central Time. It's just I probably won't be on this live. But thank you so much for coming to this live, Des Nicole. It was wonderful to have you. Okay, so let's say you are a woman and you're a single woman and you are homeless for whatever situation that may have happened that you became homeless. You're older, a little bit older in status, and you just don't know what to do or where to go. First of all, I do recommend going to a church. And some of these churches in particular, I do have to do a whole video about this as well. Some of these churches in particular do have home setup, what is it called? Home rental programs or home owners programs as well. I do have to put a video about this. I gotta write this down. Okay. Some of these churches do in particular have home owner and home rental assistants who are you guys, or it does cater to women in general. Whether if you're younger or older, none of that. You do have the resources to go to a church and see if they will be able to give you a voucher for your rent or something of that, or a deposit. My first thought and notion would say to go to Section 8. I know. There's a long waiting time. I do know this. My first thought in motion would be go to Section 8. Just do it. I swear it would help you in the situation. If you have been abused, if any, I don't know your situation as a woman, whoever was or is homeless, but whatever your situation is, you can definitely look it up on Google. You can definitely go to City Hall and ask for, City Hall will know it. Churches will have bus passes, so you guys can get around in particular without having to walk everywhere, as long as you have a phone. And also, some of these churches, like Snap, can also provide free phones, free phone billings. I would recommend getting Snap. I know that's a lot of people don't want to get that, but I do recommend getting Snap because you do get a free phone, a free tablet. Sometimes you get housing as well through that way. There's so many other ways that I can't. This is just like a very short live, so I can't compact it all. But women basically do have a lot of resources to get to. Just look on Google and be like, where can I get homing assistance? Where can I get, what type of things that I can get home assistance? Now, if you also, another question before I get off women and go to the men part. Another question inquire, if you are about to be homeless, I'm going to be honest. Some of these resources want you to be homeless. And that's sad. Some of these resources want you to be homeless. I know few people that are in a couple states that actually do care for your situation and matter. And I will have to post a whole video about that as well. And I can't get the numbers up, but I can recommend them, like as in general. You can go to their buildings and that sort and such. But some of these places will want you to be homeless before they can help you. And when one of those places tell you that, in the call, go to the next person. Don't waste your time. This is in particular to people who are being evicted, or you are on time limit, or you're in a domestic situation and you have to leave like ASAP. This is particular to you guys, to the almost homeless. Call churches, call around, call as many as you can. Call until you get an answer that you are satisfied with, because it does not hurt to ask. It does not hurt to try. You have to, even if it's 200 people you have to call, do it. Do it. Because at the situation of the matter, it's dangerous for you as a woman, an individual, as a man, as a child, whatever person as you are, to be out here on the streets alone at night, any time of the day. It's dangerous. Call. Go on Google, look up for situation and assistance that can help you to not be homeless, to help you get into a place. There are shelters that can actually hold you for a limited amount of time and help you get into a place as well. Now back to the men with my last 5 minutes. I'm so sorry, guys. Same situation with you guys. You call. Yes. That's what I was about to say. Call. Churches provide recovering homes too for emergency situations. Everything is free food, clothes, and all that. Like Doctor just said, I just read his message. There are recovering homes. There are shelters. I will say that you kind of have to dig your head in the sand when you get into these type of places. You have to follow their rules. You have to do everything to the T, because at that point in situation, you are homeless and you have no roof over your head. And some of the whatever shelter, recovery home, or whatever place that you are in at that time, they must definitely have a home program. Make sure to have your documents before you even go into these places. If you're almost homeless, or if you are homeless, I'm going to just be straight, blunt, honest with you. You're going to need your ID. You're going to need your birth certificate. You're going to need your social. So you're going to need the money or the funds to get that. Churches help with that. The place that you are probably in sheltering over also do help with that as well. It's for you to be able to get a house. Let me see what else. People who are felons. I'm going to be honest. The way that the system is working so far, not a lot of people have current jobs for you guys, which can help you, which can make you guys kind of homeless because you don't have no source of income to go to. I do know a couple places in Texas and Cali and New York, in Arizona. I know a couple places off the top of my head right now that do take convicted felons, do take people who were a convicted felon but were it wasn't their fault or something like that. Something of that sort. I do have a whole list for that for you guys as well. I will do a whole nother video for the convicted felons who became homeless as well. I'll do a whole video about that. I swear. Veterans. I've noticed a lot about you guys in particular. I don't know what happened, on how that had happened, where you guys had became homeless or the situation at hand. But I can say that there are resources for you guys as well. Churches who can provide for you and also give you a home in it's kind of like a elderly type community, but it's a gated community. I do have a whole list about that as well. I got to do that as well. Jesus. Oh, I should have waited for this type of topic until I had more time today. But yes, I do have let me write this down. Veterans, convicted felons. And then anything else that I might be missing on to do a whole video about. I got the veterans, the convicted felons, and then sites that you guys can go to. Okay, first of all, let me be honest. 201 will be your friend. Rather if you call them or if you look up their site. So I'm going to automatically say 211. Now, after you get a number of 201, like a church, for instance, you can ask that church in particular to give you a resource list, a updated resource list, and it will give you. Hold on, let me pull it up. It will give you each updated resource list of all the churches and all the nonprofits around that help with your particular situation, as in clothing, food, rent assistance, home assistance, hygiene products, toilet paper. Legitimately, all churches provide toilet paper. I'm just going to tell you. They provide toilet paper, they provide deodorant, any of that type of stuff. Oh yes, soup kitchens. My bad. I almost forgot about that. Jesus. For the homeless people in particular, or people who just are financially less than, there are soup kitchens. They are called soup kitchens that you can get a hot meal from daily. There are places that actually give you that for the homeless people that can actually give you a bath. Churches in particular, like in Texas, I do know a lot of churches who have actually a bath for the homeless people, so they don't look homeless, I guess, or smell homeless. I don't know what it is, but they're giving them a basic necessity need that they do need. Jesus, we're at 30-minute arc. But yes, that's basically my whole intake about the homelessness, combating it, the resources that you can get to, the ones to prevent homelessness as well, the challenges that we'll go through, the tests that we'll go through. Any other questions you guys have for me, I will have to. You can definitely comment it in the live stream, but I will have to get to it later on. Later on today, or even later on tomorrow, because I will be live again. Not around the same time, but I will be live again tomorrow. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes before I end this live and then go to the next slide. Oh man, I'm live hopping a lot. But yeah, it kind of felt like I was talking so fast. So also, if I talk too fast, let me know so I can slowing my thought process and the way that the words come out of my mouth. Any questions you guys have? Any information you guys want to share in particular? Oh wait, let me show this before I forget. While I'm waiting for you guys, if you guys have any other questions for me, let me share. This site right here, 201, will be your friend. This site in Google will be your best friends. No questions? Okay, no questions. This will be your best friend. This is a site that you guys can call. Guys can look up any information, resources wise, any of that. I know it's different for different people in certain areas and locations. I think it's like 301 in some areas and that, but your 201 of your state, call the number. It will send you a list of current churches, nonprofits, anything of that nature to your phone. You can call them, ask for an updated resource list as well. And I'm telling you, you will be able to get the things that you need to get done. Rather if it's one church, one person, or rather if it's 4, 5 people helping you, you'll be able to get everything you need situated. No questions? Okay, no questions. I do want to thank each and every single one of you guys for coming to this live, and I can say that I am going to have to end this live. It just feels like the time frame of these lives is just so crazy, but I am going to have to end these live, and if you guys are still want to continue hanging out with me, I am going to live jump to my book group live, I believe. I believe that's the next live in the caliber. Let me look real quick before I send you guys. Yeah, the book group as well. I have 2 book group lives where we will be talking about a book that we are reading currently, and both of those would be 30 minutes as well. And then after that, I will finally get to my hour-long hangout with you guys and be able to interact with you guys much more. Thank you guys again for coming, and I will see each and every single one of you later in another live or just later. Peace.